and gentlemen, I am here with a V-Build. I am Internet Personality Evangelist, and I am getting my chrome on, I'm getting my darkness on. This is Megatron Darkness. He's the dude with the back metal, arms Micron, etc, etc. This V-Build is happening thanks to HLJ, and so will the review whenever that happens. But for now, let's build this guy. This is its own separate video, because number one, V-Builds, they happen like this. Number two, this is Darkness Megatron, or Megatron Darkness, depending on how you parse his name, since he's from Japan, and it might be the other way around. He comes with an instruction sheet, and some stickers, and then all this plastic, look at this, there's more plastic framing here than there is Megatron Darkness. Well, okay, I guess maybe not quite as much, there's more air stuck in here and everything, but I want to get going on this guy. He's got 2 Microns, but he also has a sticker that we can do right now. We're hardcoring this up. We're going to pull out sticker number 31, sorry, seal number 31, and get this party started. Well, I say this party started. Okay, there we go. Now this goes on here, you know, very discreet and subtle, this insignia is. I believe this is a nice place to lay it down. Lay down our roots. I said lay down our roots. Ah, there we go. Now he's also got this kind of brushed metal sculpting that Prid Megatron has, because this is the same toy. But I don't think there's any way to really capture that through the sticker, unfortunately. Oh well. Now he's got a shiny Decepticon symbol to go with his shiny jet mode. But enough of this guy for now. Let's get on to some Micronin. Ow. So this is Gora 2, and oh wow, he already needs stickers. Okay, let's get going. Gora 2 is a lot like Gora 1, only he's got the number 2 in his name. And he also needs seals number 12 and 11. Where are they? I found them. Aren't I a champion? So, as far as I know, this guy's main shtick is that he's like Gora 1, but a whole lot bigger. So let's see if that's really the case. Already, okay. Actually, I'm not feeling any kind of difference yet, but these stickers at least seem to have logical places to go, and hopefully will not be colliding too much with, you know, other surfaces and whatnot. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Smooth you out like that. Oh, you're shiny, aren't you? So, the whole thing with Megatron Darkness is that both of his Microns, as far as I know, are entirely unique to him. Aside from, like, weird lucky draw things. Like, Gora 2, unless Gora 2 is part of that 5-pack, and I want to say he's not, then this is, I think, the only way to get him. I might be wrong. I know that the other dude, Hades, had a lucky draw version, but that's not really that easy to get. That's about as easy to get as just going out and buying yourself a Darkness Megatron Darkness Megatron Darkness Megatron. Hey, you know what? We got a whole lot of these Spark Crystal stickers, and I got to make sure that I'm actually using the right shapes here. Luckily, this one does seem to be the right shape, so thank goodness for that. Many apologies for the air conditioner being on. But I like to be comfy, so I hope that's not ruining your experience too much. Spark crystals, man. When I get to the Cosmotector, I'm worried. I'm hearing the Cosmotector's got this this problem whereby its spark crystals do not necessarily fit on one of the little Cosmotector guys. I want to say it's the blue one I've been hearing has the problem. I mean, these things are pretty tight fits. That's why I'm always scraping all the mold flash off of them, because I found they are troublesome if the mold flash is there. They're also troublesome because they've got all these stickers, good lord. Seal number 3. Who do you think I am? But, I'm kind of hoping that all these Microns can eventually be attainable without purchasing their partner figures. I mean, granted in different colors, of course, but as much as I've warmed up to Megatron Darkness, it's a shame that he is absolutely necessary in order to experience Hades. who looks to be pretty awesome. I haven't put him together yet, obviously. That's what the purpose of this video is. But once we get there, I'm pretty excited. Everything I've seen and everything I've heard from other folks is that he is the boy, as Mr. Kal-El Prime might put it. Or he is top tier, as I might put it if I were to be making judgment calls like that, which at the moment I admit I am not. I can't see the seal number 4. Ooh. So far, this many stickers in, that being now 5 stickers in, these feel very good. These feel pretty adhesive. They feel like they can accomplish their job of staying attached to the toy in question. And as silly as it is to be pointing that out as a good thing on Arms Micron, I found that that really is a quality to seek for. I mentioned before, the number of times that I've had to go back and super glue down the lips, the raising, flapping lips of stickers on Arms Micron toys is a bit of a bummer. Dark Matter Caliber was a great example. All those chrome stickers that made up the outside edges of the blade on one side, almost all of those needed a little bit of extra goading to remain in place without starting to flap up. And I mean, the flapping up isn't really something that drives me as nuts as it does other people, although it is really annoying. The main reason why I try to solve it is because eventually, on many of those guys, you find ones where it flaps up and it is flapping up in a part where you're going to grip the toy. And that means that you now have, every now and then, a sticky surface on there, which one day might just catch on your finger the wrong way, and then blammo, you have the entire sticker sheet coming off on your finger. Now, by the entire sticker sheet, of course, I'm exaggerating the one sticker that might come off, but what if you're in a really bad place? Like, what if you're in the shower and you just reached for that toy, you know, just for that 1 second, and then it falls off in the shower and goes down the drain. The sticker, I mean, not your underpants. Then you're stuck. You're hooped, as they say. And I don't know about you, but I'm not one to get hooped. Maybe I'm okay with being netted now and then, but hooped? Absolutely not, sir. Not on my watch. Oh, we gotta put some more stickers on here. See, it's seal number 10. All this pre-stickering, man, I don't know how I feel about this. All these little tiny diamond-shaped stickers, too. It's just starting to remind me of Soundwave. And I think Soundwave, by far, has been the most frustrating experience I've had with the Arms Micron line. Granted, Breakdown was pretty legendary, but in terms of sheer frustration, I think that title has to go to Arms Micron Soundwave so far. Because with Breakdown, you know, it was a difficult task, but at least when it finished, it felt good. Soundwave never felt good. Soundwave just felt like it was done, and that was about it. And I am going to try to maneuver this sticker to match the lower end of the sculpting rather than the upper end, because I think that looks a bit cooler myself. And there's bits of plastic flash getting stuck in there, and now it's all... oh no. Come on. I know you have it in you. Up. Gotcha. I gotcha. This will probably need a bit of super gluing. It does not feel very stable whatsoever. Nonetheless, I gotcha, and that's the important thing. Right, I got you. Right? Yep. Stick down, stick down. Good, good, good. Well, let's move on to seal number 9. Gangnam Style. I like that song, but I'm a little sad because there's that brief period, that brief, like, 1 week period where it was introduced to me by the lovely Ryder Pathos as, hey look, a Korean music video director is making a music video about you, because the dude is kind of an Asian of a portly face. And so I was like, oh hey, haha, I could make myself look like that, kind of. Granted, he's Korean, I'm half Chinese, but, you know, a lot of folks in North America can't tell the difference between the... oh, man, that's... forget I said that. I already I'm on watch. I'm on notice with the Mormons, so I've got to watch myself here. So I kind of dug it as this weird little kind of internet meme, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But then it took off. It became a super hit, a mega hit, worldwide. And I was like, oh man, now I can't do anything with it because everyone's doing something with it. And the thing is, I'm actually quite happy for the gentleman in question, Psy, because as far as I know, K-pop has very rarely made it anywhere outside of like Korea. So to see a K-pop song pick up as like an international like chart topper, I'm quite happy to see that. I think that's really cool, especially for the artist. As for the song itself, I enjoy it. It's a goofy song. I mean, granted, it's now approaching levels of saturation where it's kind of like, all right, I know that song. Thanks for playing it, but I do know it as does the entire world. So you know, maybe we can hold off playing it for a day or so. Just let it cool off a little. So I think that's how people, more so than a lot of the stated reasons, I think that's really like popular music. You know, the classic statement of a dude on the internet is, I don't like popular music. I think, personally, a majority of that just comes from the oversaturation of a popular music song, where, really, if anyone heard the same song like 50 times in a row, and it wasn't from a Kamen Rider show, and they weren't a big-time Kamen Rider fan who was totally into the fact that the actor was singing the song and etc., and there's nothing wrong with listening to the Tajadoru song as many times as I did, because, you know, I don't got a problem, but maybe you got a problem. What am I talking about? I think that saturation is kind of what causes most of the irritation, because any song in the world, if you listen to it enough times, you're gonna get sick of it. Or if you are subject to it being played enough times, you're gonna get sick of it. I've always felt very fortunate that on the Cape Radio, I have not been lynched yet for I think 5 years running. Bit of wood is stuck in. Oh man, it's still stuck in there. Come on, get out of there. 5 years running, playing Pepsi Man and Late Goodbye, and I believe Libera Me from Hell, like almost every single week, in the exact same parts of the schedule. I feel very fortunate that nobody's killed me yet for that. Unless maybe they already have and I don't know it. Like maybe they infected me with the mad cow disease or something. And I'm just gonna go nuts and perhaps even more bovine. Come on, you... This is hard. Am I doing this right? Okay. Let's try a different application of pressure. Oh, there we go. Whew, make sure you put that in the right way around when you get to that part. Otherwise, that will be tragic. Anyway, I feel very fortunate that I've been able to get away with playing signature songs for half a decade. Oh man, these optic stickers are so cool. I am super glad that Megatron Darkness includes an optic sticker for each of his Microns, because if one had this and the other didn't, I mean, like, that would literally be a crime. It would be really easy to fix, just cut some of the excess out of the one that did have it, but nonetheless, I'm glad that things weigh the went they do, for all those of you who enjoy to mix and match your English a little bit. And sticking this thing into his butt. Yeah. And then we got these. I don't believe there's any seals on these. So you can just cram these together back here. Oh man, I think this guy's coming together. Yeah, we're just gonna jack his arms in. Which way do they go? I think this way. That's not the right place. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's satisfying. Ooh. Alright. There are some more seals that go on here, but for some reason I have to transform them first. So, pardon my indulgence. Ooh. And then this. You'd think I'd be less excited given that I've already transformed Gora 1, but I'm more excited about Gora 2, because this dude actually folds up into a cannon possibly cleanly. That's a lot more clean than Gora 1. Yeah, I dig that. Now I gotta put stickers on the inside of the barrel, and honestly, I think this is easier if they're not folded together. But I do believe that I will want to be putting these things in line with the edge of the plastic rather than the inner lip, so they can give the illusion of being a single graphic. And that, hopefully, will not be too much of a task. I've already messed it up, because I'm a champion. Come on. I already missed those Orcal Repro label stickers. Those things were so much friendlier to deal with. So let's just seal you down and then move back. There we go. Hopefully that works. And it seems that I'm going against this wall up here. Good, good, good. Alright, let's do the other one. What was I talking about? Right, pop music. Pop music is not a crime. Go listen to the song by Freeze Pop. It explains everything, kind of. Except for the parts that it doesn't really explain, because it's just a bunch of kind of fun lyrics. Alright, we got you down here. And let's work our way back. Ooh. Thank you for hopefully being painless. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, they don't really clip together, so it's easy for this thing to come out of alignment. But when it is in alignment, ooh, makes me feel good. Well, that's Gora 2. Let's move on to the main contender, HAAAAAHHHHHHHH. One quick thing, so these Micron sticker crystal things, English. They come on these rings that are removable from the sprue. They're like a separately molded thing that is fitted over part of the frame here. And this one in particular is fused on really well, thus defeating the whole point I was trying to make. Come on, off. Yeah, so it's this one thing here that is fighting to stay in place. But it's one of these, right? So what I like is this dude is so big ass that he has 3 ass of these ass. So there's one on there, and then they just like stacked 2 on here. I think that's kind of funny. So Dos and oh, you're staying on there, aren't you? Come on, get the ring off the rods. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can grow. You can fly. Whoa. Twa. So, Hades. A lot of people have seen this guy's name spelled in English, and a lot of people, you know, they're trained to go like, oh, hey, it's Hades. Apparently, and I've heard this before in Japanese entertainment. It's over there, it's Hades. Now, I want to say that I read on some wiki somewhere that has to do with the original pronunciations of things in ancient God of War world, but I don't really know. I just know that the katakana says Hades, and so I'm going to say Hades. I played Brave Saga 2, and I spent that whole game hearing guys talking about oh no, sorry. Brave Saga 2 was Waldo, which is a funny name for the big villain. It's that Super Robot Wars game that has Kaiser Hades at the end, right? Kaiser Hades and his crazy breaking the world form that's all spooky. So, join me, ladies and gentlemen, as we say Hades together. Oh, wait, how does this work? So do I stick this in here first? Oh, that fit in there nicely. And I guess I just plug this over top until it's clicked in. Yeah? Okay. So Hades has a peg sticking out of the top of his head. That's not very scary at all. Well, we'll see. He has a big-ass optic sticker, though, and I like that. I kind of want to see if I can smooth it out a little bit more. If only there were chromed, shiny Orcal vinyl. Maybe there is, because I only just learned what Orcal vinyl is, like, the other day when I did that V-build of the Repro Label set. So, I am colossally ignorant about that stuff. Please bear that in mind. In more ways than one. I put these together upside down. That's no good. Perhaps that explains why they went in so easily and came out so easily. Yep. Well, that's embarrassing, but we'll soldier on through, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, oh, so I'm taking this, and I'm plugging it into this. Kind of like that. Look at that, wow. And then this part goes in like there. And I'm going to stick this big-ass wing onto it. And I think I can do the assembly and then the stickers. Yep. We got 3 seals for this wing. Let's start off with seal number 21. I want to say that these are, yes, these are the spooky seals. They're all chromid with wavy lines on them, with livery. It looks like they're cut nicely to fit these shapes, too. Having good lighting for this build, I would say, is a must with HAAAAAHHHHHHHH, because you've got to be able to see where the sculpted lines are on this guy to get your stickers down satisfactorily. And I think that's a satisfying sticker placement from me. Let's move on to number 22. So this guy also has the honor of being one of the largest single microns in all of Minicondom. That came out wrong. In all of Microndom. I guess I better keep things Japanese around here. But yeah, this guy is huge, apparently. I've not actually seen a built HAAAAAHHHH yet, so this is going to be my first time bearing witness to the glorious form of HAAAAAHHHH. Of Micron HAAAAAAHHH. So let's see how he turns out. My apologies if you're already irritated hearing HAAAAAHHH this many times, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. At least I'm not trying to subtitle his name into something silly like Ha Death. We don't need another Kisama Tachi, whatever, those get those Yatsus kind of deal going on quite yet. Wait for the subs on the Japanese version of Transformers Prime, which, by the way, in my opinion, deserves some subtitles of its own, considering the copious ways that it seems to have deviated entirely from the show that it is based on. I listened to some of the dub. I like listening to that dub because I think it's funny, and I heard some of that dub, and man, like, there was this bit, I forgot the name of the episode now, it's the one where Arachnid and Starscream are going into the Harbinger, and Arachnid goes into the Harbinger, so we had, we had Zoe just being a badass on her way in there, and then in Japan, Arachnid goes in and starts singing something, and I'd swear at one point she was like, "This is my spider Densu," and was like, just wandering down the hall singing to herself, constantly singing to herself, really cheerfully. And I was like, this Arachnid, I mean, we all, I'm sure by now, have heard the Boy Hunter thing as well. You know, that Arachnid in Japan is trying to add Jack to her intergalactic harem. And, at that point, I hope someone subtitles it. Because, I mean, that is borderline a different show. And I do not mind, because, it's just a localization. I think it's funny, but I'd really like to. I'd like to enjoy an episode or two of that, knowing exactly what is being said, and more importantly, how differently things are being said. And actually, if you guys don't know, or anyone watching this doesn't know, at least as of this recording, I believe, because it was just a few weeks ago I found it. The Takaratomi YouTube channel actually has the entire first episode of Toransu Foma Puraimu up for viewing. So check it out. It's neat. Granted, if you can't understand any Japanese whatsoever, your abilities to enjoy it are greatly diminished. But it's fun listening to the dub voices, because they all do, like they yell, Toran's form, and not only that, but whenever they pop their built-in weapons, and in Prime, they do that kind of often, they scream arms up, which is the the I have an arms Micron attack cry. And so, like, whenever RC pops her arm guns out, she's like, "Arms up!" And it's like, you know, that really emotional scene with her and Starscream in that one bit. I'm keeping things vague just in case you still haven't seen season 1. Basically, she's like having this emotional sequence and then yells "arms up" at one point. It's kind of funny. All right, which way do these go? I should have done the square-shaped one first. So according to this, we're going to be going this way. So I want you in there this way. Gotcha. Anyway, if you've not checked out the Transformers Prime Japanese dub, do check out the chunks of it that are online. I think there's an account called Shadowcat something that has a bunch of them up right now. If you're watching this in the long away future, where Shadowcat may have revealed his or her true form, and the account doesn't exist anymore because it turns out Shadowcat was actually a version of Skynet that tried to take over the world and was handily thwarted by a plucky team of teenagers, then the information in this video is outdated. But if that has not quite taken place yet, then do go looking for some of those clips. Oh, that stuff I said about K-pop. Isn't a K-pop boy band the group that's doing the openings and closings for Transformers Zoo Puraimu? Like, so I do have to rescind slightly. It's not like K-pop hasn't taken off anywhere outside of Korea. I think I heard that there are some followings for that scene in Japan. Oh, by the way, it's time to triple crystal up this mother. So let's bust out our nippers and get to work on that. Man, K-pop. Unfortunate name. I think actually, I always found like names based on the country that the music came from to be really unfortunate. Like all of them, J-pop, K-pop, Neue Deutsche Härte. Like I know they have a reason for existing, especially Neue Deutsche Härte, or NDH, as you may have heard it abbreviated to. But I think it's a bummer when music is kind of classified by its country of origin. But I have weird views on music in general. I think that all music is valid. All music has the right to exist. And, I think I might have said this in a V-Build somewhere before. I don't remember. But as my good friend and media mentor, DJ Enigma, the Hydrophidian, has expressed before, there's nothing more frustrating than hearing someone say the phrase, "That's not music." Because, unfortunately, as much as you may want it to not be music, nowadays, it's music. Is it music that you don't like? Most probably, if you're saying that that's not music. But unfortunately, it is still music. And that enters into the realm of how I think that people trying to discuss music is about as vitriolic as people who try to discuss politics. I think people take their music about as seriously as they take their politics or their religion. I'm sure it's not the case for everybody, but I find that the candor online for music discussion, I mean, granted, people who talk about stuff online in general are often bearing a predilection to be unpleasant towards their fellow man and woman. But I find that music, politics, and religion, and the thing is music, especially, and most surprisingly, can bring out the worst in people. The worst. So that's why I also generally don't discuss music all that often unless I'm just like having a casual discussion about stuff I'm watching. And while I was having that insightful little discussion, I have built a Hades. This dude is big, holy crap. Alright. Now he has a few stickers left over that do require him to be in his scythe mode, or scythe mode, as I sometimes like to say to frustrate people. So I'm just going to quickly turn him into that by following the instructions, because I've never actually turned him into a scythe before. I'm curious how this process is going to go. Feels good so far. Flipping these bits out. Okay. I can dig that. Oh, geez. Which way are they going? This way? Is this how we're doing it? Is that... Where is it? Oh, there's a tab up here. Okay. That's cool. I see what the stickers are for. Okay. Oh, that's neat. Okay. That's a big-ass scythe. Let's get some stickers on this guy. Where's my toothpick? Alright, number 26. Oh, and these are just outright metal stickers. Things just got outright metal. But yeah, if I could ever make a request of anybody, in good faith, and without feeling too selfish, and I will say right now, I feel selfish making a request of anybody along these lines, but I wish that people could discuss music a little more happily. I wish that the discussion of music wasn't so classically colored with anger and spite and judgment. That the discussion of music was not something that I look at with trepidation and a want to avoid. I wish that discussing music was more universally something that I could feel is fun to do with people. But I find that people just take, and I think it comes from music being such, at least often, such an emotional thing for people. Like, you can have an opinion on music even without knowing how music is made, because music is a primal force. It's a universal language, and it is a language that is often driven by emotion. So I feel it's actually logical that it would thus make people so, angry and defensive, and combative, because I think that's why people are so combative over things like their political beliefs or their religious beliefs, because those are often deeper to someone than just a simple case of quantifiable pluses and minuses. But I think that it's important to be able to recognize that and then find a way to evolve one's candor in the subject beyond that. And granted, I'm no good at doing that. I'm just like, yeah, industrial's the best, and just kind of like leave it at that. But hopefully someday music will be something we can all discuss happily. And I'm certainly not going to make the claim that music can never be discussed happily. I think music is discussed happily far more often than religion or politics are. And this is ignoring the fact that you can always have a happy discussion about this stuff if you just find a group of people who all agree with you and then have the discussion. That's the easiest way to have a fun discussion, is you just find a bunch of people who you know are not going to disagree with something that you feel strongly about, and then you all tell each other how right you are. And, boom. You have found something that you're probably going to love. Ooh, these things are clinging to the detail. I want to go back and do this to the other ones now. Oh man, that looks good. Hang on. Gotta go around and do it to this one. Let's see if I can get a better look at this. Ooh, I hope that's in focus. I can't really tell from down here. Anyway, my apologies if that kind of discussion bummed you out. I think it's just healthy to voice stuff about that when one can. I always like to try to spread a message of happiness and contentment and objectivity. I say that, but I readily grow unobjective about certain things, like stuff that I think is awesome. I'll more happily just go like, no, dude, it's awesome. Let me tell you a thing or two about this awesome thing. Let me tell you why it's awesome. It's awesome because I like it. Bye-bye. They're like, why did you call my house? And I'm like, listen, you don't know who I am, but you'll appreciate what I'm about to tell you. I think this thing's awesome. Goodbye. Click. Honey? Yes, dear? That strange man called again. The one from across the street. Across the street, dear? Yeah, he gets on his cell phone and he stares at us from across the street. I see him. I've made eye contact with him and he's nodded back to me while he has this discussion. He keeps telling me that he thinks music by the industry is awesome. Industrial music? I don't really know what he's talking about, but I'm thinking of calling the cops. It's becoming a little bit perturbing. Well, dear, you do what you have to do. I've got this apple pie in the oven, because, well, gosh darn it, little Billy's gone to the baseball game, and that's the American way. I forgot where I'm going with this, but the stickers are done. So, That is the hottest. The hottest death Saisu. The hottest death Scythe. I made that up. We got one last round of stickers, so let's go to it. Let's begin with the Destron symbol that reveals during his transformation, because I, oddly enough, feel that's going to be one of the hardest stickers to apply. Because it's got to go on this little platform inside here. And I know this little platform has a tendency of folding back inside his chest. So if I can get this placed, start to press it. That's a very tight fit. That's cut very specifically. And I might have put it a bit too high. Problem is, I've got to open a whole lot of stuff up to get at this thing. By the way, easy question. Is his vac metal chrome fragile? Now, I do not like vac metal chrome very much on my Transformers in general. I thought it was cute. When I was a kid, I thought it was awesome. And then I saw the results of all the vac metal chrome from when I was a kid and how it turned out. And I am far less of a friend of vac metal chrome. Now, on Darkness Megatron, I have subjected this guy, due to a toy called Gaia Unicron, which will be in a future V-build, I have subjected this guy to some incredible levels of stress. That being, I've subjected his vac metal to some incredible levels of stress. And I have not seen any overt levels of chipping, and I think that is in part thanks to the texture, that brushed metal texture that is in his sculpting. I think it does something that helps mask impurities in the chroming, and in general is a real pal for people who get worked up about scratches on their vac metal chrome. And I'm one of those people. That's why I just don't like it. Because I always get worked up when I find an imperfection. And on here, I know there's some imperfections. I know I saw the silver flake on the table after the grinding session was done. But it's not really that noticeable. Let's see if this works. Please work. This really should have just been tampographed on. Oh well. At least it wasn't factory applied, because that would be a disaster. Alright, I think that's settled in there as best as we can hope for. So let's close this dude up again. I feel like I'm performing surgery. Just call me Medikunoku Auto. That name is a mouthful. Now, number 32. This is a whole bunch of livery we're going to be putting on this guy. Let's see, 32. Oh man, there's little divots cut in this. This means it's going to curve around the... Oh, I'm not looking forward to this very much anymore. I'm just going to match this to the edge here. This didn't match to the edge as well as I had hoped for it to match to the edge. It needs to match to the bottom edge as well. This does not feel right in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that feels slightly more right. But not much. This is giving me flashbacks to the Knockout Repro labels, only this stuff is not a nice form-fitting Oracal vinyl. This thing put the cuts for the curved bits on the wrong side of the sticker. Wow, guys. Good job, and by that I mean not a very good job. All these cuts here. There's little cuts in the sticker on this side, and all the bending is on this side. Why would you... Okay, well, whatever. It's shiny. It doesn't show up all that well. Let's do the other side, number 34. Maybe I will have better fortunes with this side. Man, that stuff's gonna hella peel. let's line up this corner down here. And that corner with that corner. To say this is unintuitive would be a slight understatement. And this one went on all nice and smooth. Man, I don't know anymore. Oh, there's some wrinkles in there too. Oh well. Let's, well, let's take a gamble, ladies and gentlemen. The gamble being that this thing will smooth out at all. Okay. Got. So what I'm doing here, before everything falls apart, is I'm lining up the sticker with that corner down there, and then this tip, and then the tip over here, and I'm keeping the rest of the sticker off of the main contact points as much as possible. Why am I going to all this trouble for a silly arm sticker? If I could tell you the answer to that, I wouldn't. Listen, man. This is just the lifestyle I lead, okay? I'm a man of toys. A man of toys takes his stickers seriously. A man who takes his stickers seriously finds contentment in a well-placed label, or seal, or decal, as they say in the southern lands and hills. Alright, I spent far too long on these two stickers. Let's just move along. 38. Kneecap sticker. Oh, baby. Ooh, these are pretty. These are purple. I was wondering what these were for. So another thing that I really appreciate about this guy is, given the lack of foresight that the fine folks at Takara Tomy sometimes have, they did plan ahead well enough to not have me putting stickers over top of vac metallized chrome. And for that, I am most thankful, because that is exactly the kind of thing I did not want to be spending my time doing on this dude. Alright, I think I've got this put together, right? This is going up to the lip up there. And then that part up here is unstickered. It's a separate surface, and I believe it grinds inside there. So this seems intentional. Let's run with it. Ugh. Fingerprints everywhere. I need to give this guy a wipe down later. Friggin' chrome. But the cool thing is that all those little facets and surfaces on this guy catch detail in really interesting ways. I want to try this one again. It is not even in the way I would like it to be. Let's try this the other way around. Let's place the top first. Yeah, okay. Do not like the way the sticker's wiggling around. There we go. There we go. Ah. Nice solid stripe. Okay. We're almost done. Just got a few more bits of livery to put on here. Well, I say almost done. We've got like a pile more stickers to go. I'll just shut up. Okay, it's 36 on this side. What is 36 lined up against? Okay, the top corner there. I see. Yeah, this sticker's weird because this is not following any real sculpted detail other than being parallel to a sculpted lip. Come on. Work with me. Yes. There we go. So that's how I would lay that one down. For those of you at home who are keeping track, keeping score, let's put down the other one. So yeah, I think something else that really helps with this Megatron mold and the ARMS Micron lifestyle is that the stickers are going onto more or less big flat surfaces that are sometimes curved. I think that is a great boon to the process as well. No, stay there. Alright. I think that's solidly down. I have to do these little hooks on the inside of his ankly shinny thingamadoodads. That's the medical term. Don't laugh. Some people are really badly afflicted in that area. They have a chronic blight of the ankly thingamadoodad. Which we call it a CB. AT. Yeah, CBAT. Thingamadoodad's one word. In my lexicon, anyway. And the tighter fit is clearly on the little thin end, which is not what I was expecting at all. Alright, there we go. Whoa! Let's keep it together now. Alright, let's do the other one. Thin end first this time. I've got mail. Here we go. Flatten, flatten, flatten. I feel like I've learned a lot from doing that repro labelsing of Knockout. Even though, as I've lamented several times, that was a different and somewhat superior material. Some of those sciences have translated kind of nicely into laying down these stickers on these kind of curved surfaces. So, we've got 4 more to go. Are you pumped? Because I'm pumped. Really just we're going to be doing the same thing over again. Just on different sides of this guy. This looks like a war zone right now, but trust me, it's worth it. 35. This one. Okay. So we've got to do the thingamadoo 2 more times, and we've got to do the silly cut for curving thing 2 more times. I'm going to do the silly cut for curving thing first, because that was harder. So I'm going to get our tough victories before we hit our smaller ones. Once again, I can only lament for the poor kids in Japan who are trying to do this kind of stickering on these kind of curves. Like, unless they've got dads who are, like, you know, veterans of the early wars of the Gunpla, this would be a trying task for any toddler, in my opinion. That said, you know, I was a toddler who was raised in Victoria, BC, not a toddler raised in, like, Osaka. If I was raised in Osaka, I would just naturally be a badass, because that's how we Osaka boys roll. But I'm only an Osaka boy in spirit. Okie dokie. One last time for this style of sticker, and then we'll only have 2 left to go. So thanks for checking out this V-build, this dead V-build. The reason why I did this one dead, because there's like, I mean, Hades is a friggin' 2-sprue Micron. And there's all these crazy curvy stickers to do. And, you know, I did Breakdown Live. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough for you people? You harpies. You scoundrels. Just leave us alone. We just want to live a normal life. And every waking hour you're outside our door, taking your photographs and your pictures for your TMZs and your whatever those other websites are called. Your Ain't It Cools. What does a TMZ even stand for? Like, that is legit, alright? Let's be real here for a second. TMZ. That is like the dumbest name for an entertainment, rumors and news machine like ever. It doesn't. What does it mean? Too much zodium. Tom makes zebras. I mean, it's the TMZ. Not to mention that they're not even pronouncing it right. It should be TMZ. But if it was TMZ, it wouldn't be the thing that it is now, being an intrusive, lousy representation of a whole lot of what's wrong with entertainment news. So, I mean, I say that, I've only seen TMZ stuff, like, in passing, so maybe they are actually a lovely bastion of unbiased coverage and respectful coverage. So I might just be off base. If I'm off base, you know, I apologize to those at the TMZ if I've misrepresented your efforts. But you know, get some better PR people, for crying out loud. You guys sometimes sound like jerks. All right. Let's see how this lays out. I think that went okay. The problem, again, with ARMS Micron stickers is I kind of gotta wait like 24 hours to see how the stickers set, and then they might work out really beautifully, or they might be, you know, utter bastards. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is the final sticker, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you've all been waiting for. All 2 of you who are still watching. Your loyalty will soon pay off. Alright. Laying this sucker down like proper railroad tracks, y'all. Boom. Alright, that is Darkness Unfurled. That is Megatron Darkness with his little buddy Gora 2 and his bigger buddy Hades. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Nope. Okay. Well, I'll catch you later. This has been another V-Build. This has been Vangelis with internet personality in the front, if you want. And we'll be back with some more building some other time. Darkness.